Good evening. Today I decided to do a little introduction about myself so you can know a little bit more about me and about my background. So, as you know, my name is Mary and I was born in Egypt, raised there, had my education, got married when I was 18 years old to an Egyptian man as well. Had my first daughter in Egypt. Alexandria is my city. And then later on, we came to Canada. I was still young, 22 years old, with a 2-year-old baby girl and my husband. I was born to Christian family. My mom and dad were never fanatic on where to go for churches, and we went to all kind of churches. I grew up in a private school where they taught Arabic English, and there was a church in the same school. I used to attend it every single day of the week. In fact, I used to help the priest to, I was the choral, part of the choral, myself and another girl who was also attending the same school. And when she grew up and left the school, after grade 9, I stayed and I used to be the choral who was the priest helper. We went to French churches in Alexandria, El Sacré-Cœur, and my brothers, when they went to Don Bosco, it's an Italian school, they also had churches in Italian service, and it was important for my brothers to practice their languages. I had two brothers, and so they spoke, write, and read Italian. So sometimes I went with them there. My father and mother always attended to the Sunday school every week, and I also was part of the Sunday school with other teachers when I was young. I loved Christianity, and as I grew older, I loved it more. When I came to Canada, of course, went to a variety of churches, one at a time, of course. It depends on where I lived. I stayed with that church as convenient to be close to my home. And then when my son had his first communion here in Canada, he was giving this book as a gift. This one here that I'm reading from, Bedtime Bible Stories. And I used to read to him those Bible stories, him and his sister. He was my youngest one, and the kids loved it at bedtime. So now my daughter got married, my son isn't. I haven't been a grandma yet, but with this COVID-19 and being stuck at home, I got an idea to tape those stories for future time for my grandchildren. I don't know by the time I have them if my vision is going to be still okay, because it is a little bit blurry as it is now. And I was thinking also of the people who are blind and can't see to read Bible stories. What would they do? I think they would enjoy listening to those kind of stories. Also, I'm imagining young children with their parents listening to those stories and then discussing the questions and see their listening skills, if they are listening well to that part of the story. So myself, I'm studying this book. I was going to an Arabic Bible study with a group of my friends, and for the last 6 or 7 years, but it stopped earlier this year. So I decided to do my own studies, and I decided to study this book and answer all the questions. I loved it. I've been enjoying it. So I thought, why not share it with everyone else? I've been having a great time doing that, and I hope I'm reaching my goal in getting to you as well. And I hope you're enjoying listening to my stories as well, and discussing the questions or just listening to the stories. It's very interesting, lots of fun. And it's my first time to do the whole book in English because I studied always the book in Arabic, my mother tongue language. So that's my little introduction about myself, so you know a little bit more about me. And may God bless you all, and hope to see you soon again. Have a great night. Bye bye now.